Here's something you won't hear from a lot of insurance agents. We can't help you with that. The reason I would say that is if someone called me and they said, hey, can you help me with my home, my auto, my renters, my business, my liability, my umbrella insurance, my jeweler's insurance, we don't do any of that stuff. None of it. And there's a reason. At my agency, Evergreen Advisors, we deliberately chose to just focus on basically one thing, two things, health and life. And they go together really well because when people are retiring, they still need health insurance. Obviously, that's where Medicare comes in. Or if you're before that, then that's where like a Pennie plan or ACA comes in. And a lot of times when you're going into retirement, you start to think about, the end of life, and that's where life insurance comes in. One-stop shops out there, I won't name them here in Erie, but the one-stop shops that do every type of insurance under the sun, you're not going to get the depth of mastery that you get with our agency. We live and breathe Medicare year round. We live and breathe Pennie and life insurance year round. So I don't have to worry about all those other types of insurance or knowing all those things. So when you go to some place like that, you might not be getting the level of expertise. Look, let me put it like this, because I think this will hit for a lot of people. If you go up to Golden Corral, they got every kind of food you can imagine up there. They got the huge buffet. They got all the food and all the drinks that you could want. There's a ton of options, right? That's your one-stop shop. You got everything there. I don't know about the quality, but you got everything there. On the other hand, you think about any of these places where they only really focus on one thing. You think about Caleo's Restaurante. You think about Federal Hills Smokehouse. You think about, I've never been there, but Bar Ronin. And apparently all they do is Japanese street food fusion, whatever that is. All of those types of places are very specific. They have a mastery over what they do. And that's what we give you with Evergreen Advisors. We give you a mastery over Medicare, life insurance, health insurance through Pennie. And there's a handful of things that we do outside of that, but they're all related to health or life insurance. So we don't do all the commercial stuff, all the business stuff. There's about 1,000 different, maybe there's not 1,000. It seems like there's about 1,000 different types of insurance. And when I look at some of the other businesses that are out there in Erie, some of the other agencies, they do everything under the sun. And it's like, well, how do you know what you're doing when you do all those different things? And so we just stay focused on what we know, which is Medicare, Pennie, and life insurance.